Pacific Rim Uprising is a sequel to the moderate hit Pacific Rim, which was directed by recent Oscar winner Guillermo del Toro. In the sequel, del Toro is not back as director, instead it's directed by Stephen the Knight, who's done primarily TV work up to this point, and it stars John Boyega as the son of Idris Elba's character from the original film. The sequel takes place 10 years after the Battle of the Breach, which is the ending of the first film. And Boyega is a hotshot pilot who makes his living by stealing scrap parts from old Jaeger machines and then selling them at the black market. But once he's caught a few too many times, he's given the option of going to Jaeger pilot school and becoming a trainer instead of going to jail. And that's where he meets the next generation of Jaeger pilots. And of course, the breach is opened up, the monsters come out, and then there's your movie. Now, looking back on the original film, I liked it, didn't love it. I felt that it had a few flaws. It fell short on the action. It definitely fell short on the acting and the story as well. So a sequel to me wasn't really that necessary. And to be honest, watching the trailers, it kind of felt like a cash grab for the studio. But watching the film, I was pleasantly surprised coming out of it. I had a really good time with it. Boyega is a huge upgrade over Charlie Hunnam, who was the lead in the first film. Boyega, I've liked him ever since Attack the Block. He just has a lot of charisma, a lot of charm. He's a great actor, and can definitely carry a movie. So he does a really good job as the lead character in this film. The film also stars Scott Eastwood, who is the son of Clint Eastwood. And the funny thing watching the film was that I really felt like he was on purpose doing an impression of his dad for some reason, or just the way it came off. A lot of times he was squinting his eyes and talking in that low, kind of whispery voice. And I was kind of half expecting him to say, "You feeling lucky, punk?" And I was kind of disappointed he didn't actually, but he does a serviceable job. And of course, the main reason why you go to watch these films is for the action. There's a lot of machine on machine action, and of course the machine on the kaiju action. Kaiju is the name for these monsters who come out of the depths of the ocean. And that's where the movie really shines. The action is done really, really well. And that surprised me quite a bit because I really felt that this would be like a cheaply made cash grab sequel, but you could really tell that there was a lot of thought put into these action sequences. The choreography is good, and what I really appreciated was the whole scale of it and the framing of it. You could really tell the size of these monsters and these Jaeger fighting machines as they backdrop against the cities like Sydney and Tokyo. So that was really cool, and there wasn't really anything mind-blowing about the action, but I just thought it was done very cleanly. If you compare them to the Transformers movies, which are kind of similar in the same genre, the Transformers movies, to be honest, when you watch the action scene, you can't really tell what's going on. All you see is a bunch of metal and wheels and heads going all around, and you don't know what the hell's going on. But in this movie, the action was very clean, and you could definitely tell who was fighting who, which robot was fighting which monster, and that was pretty cool. Now, don't get me wrong, the film definitely has flaws. There are some story elements that don't really make sense. There's some characters who change motivations at the drop of a dime just for the sake of the story. So the continuity really isn't there. I really was annoyed by the young generation of Jaeger pilots. I didn't really like any of them, to be honest. The main young girl, who is kind of like the protege of John Boyega's character, she was okay, but still annoying, and I didn't really care for any of them, to be honest. They could have all died for all I cared. So there was that was lacking in the story for me. But again, the main draw is the action, and I came out of the film feeling like I did get my share of action in the film, and what I did see was really well done. So the film was, again, a very good surprise for me, and it was a lot better than I was expecting going in. If you're just looking for a simple machine versus monster type of war action movie that you can just enjoy and kick back and relax and watch, this could be the film for you. So Pacific Rim Uprising for me gets a 7 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so by clicking on that button right there. And if you like my video, give me a thumbs up as well. Thanks.